You also actually did by Hip Hop Daily. This is Chicago drill lyrics that really happened. Sure, we're gonna get into the violence of it all, the sadness of it all, but these videos are interesting. I can't lie. So let's see what happens from this and how real quick. We're rapping about real crimes that happen in the streets. Anything goes. Here's a look at some of the wildest drill lyrics that really happened. Jizzle Bucks featuring King Von. What's next? As they told on me before, he got a longer sentence. I think they gave him 28. He rather talk than listen. He was the only one that told. They killed the other witness. Before he was killed in November 2020, King Von was becoming one of the biggest names in hip hop. But while many of his homies was blowing up in the industry, Von was sitting in jail and fighting a murder charge. In this bar, he's talking about his homie Big Mike, who snitched on him to the police, then got a longer sentence because he refused to testify in court. On May 29th, 2014, Von went to a house party on the 5700 block of South LaSalle Street. A dude named Malcolm Stuckey was there and was supposedly giving Von dirty looks when he walked in. In Chicago, mean mugging a dude like King Von can get you killed. It ain't clear if he and Von had past beef or if they just ain't like each other, but Von wasn't feeling the energy. So, he left the party and got help from one of his homies, Big Mike, who was another BD from O Block. They came back to the party and saw Stuckey and two of his homies posted on the front porch. A fight broke out, and at one point, Von and Big Mike started shooting. During the altercation, Stuckey got killed, and two others got wounded. A few weeks later, Von and Big Mike got arrested and charged with 1 count of murder and 2 attempted murders, and was both facing life in prison. Von kept it solid and spent a few years behind bars fighting the case. But Big Mike folded and started cooperating with the police. He admitted he and Von was the ones who shot up the party, but he told prosecutors it was Von's idea and that he was the one who actually caught the body. The case took over 2 years to go to trial, but when it finally came to testify, Big Mike ain't take the stand. He probably realized that being labeled a snitch was gonna be rough, whether he beat the case or got sent to prison. So, at the last minute, he refused to testify. No other witnesses came forward, and there wasn't enough evidence to convict Von of the crime. So, he got released, even though he ain't go through with it. Von still lost respect for Big Mike and questioned why he even snitched in the first place. The prosecutors had little evidence to bring a conviction without his testimony. So, he probably would have gotten off if he stayed quiet. But Von ain't the only one who raps about real events. This next rapper talks about how he caught an op at a mall in LA Day, and THFTP, catch a op in Lennox. I catch a op in Lennox, make that boy run for a minute. TTE Day Day is a rapper from Daytown who's affiliated with OTF and Lil Durk. In this bar, he's talking about a situation where he pushed another rap. I wanna go in FBG Cash at Lennox Mall in Atlanta. FBG Cash is a rapper from the Flyboy gang, which was formed by FBG Doug, who was one of Durk's main ops before he got killed in 2020. TTE Day Day was shopping in Atlanta one day when he saw FBG Cash in the mall doing the same thing. The fight was captured on video and quickly went viral after it was posted. In the video, Cash is standing in the middle of the mall, listening to a fan spit a freestyle for him. Out of nowhere, someone runs up from behind and punches him in the head. Oh, yeah, and squares up with the dude that hit him. But the video ends before showing what happened next. After the incident, Cash posted a clip of the fight on the social media with the caption, "Like 20 pushed up on me and let me smoke today, right after I left the jewelry store. Why they running though? They ain't run my pockets, 6K and I still got my chain. Moral of the story is, y'all too little." He also posted a video to prove he still had the chain. TTE Day Day later went no live and took credit for being the one who ran up on FBG Cash. He also dropped a diss track, doubling down on the disrespect. But he did kind of cheap shot Cash, then backed up when he tried to fight for real. So, it's hard to give him the W in that situation. But if you thought that was wild, this next rapper gets the odds for killing an innocent person over coke. TV in the cut, and Bobby from GW, and Richie Jerk, Taekwondo. The ops, they be killing for coats. TV in the cut, also known as just TV, was a rapper from Taekwondo World instead of the Gangsta Disciples. Taekwondo World gives the other BD sets like O Block, 600, and Front Street. This bar is aimed at members of Front Street who allegedly killed a 15-year-old during a random leg. On December 13, 2014, twins Demario and Damasio Bailey attended school for basketball practice. They got off the bus at 63rd and State Street and headed in the direction of the school. But as they was walking under a bridge, they got stopped by 4 teens. The dudes fired a gun, hitting Demario in the chest. 4 suspects later got arrested for the murder, including 3 17-year-olds and a 15-year-old. According to police, the teens already robbed 2 other people at gunpoint for cash and cell phones. Allegedly, 3 out of the 4 of them was from Front Street. Neither of the twins is from a gang, but they grew up in the South Side. So, in this bar, TB is dissing his ops for talking to random people and taking a life over a coat. But if you know what, it was crazy how his next rapper took shots at his ops for running off on him after one of their homies got shot. Billionaire Black, crazy story, last chapter, King Bond days. My homies ran on me, swear I seen them by the door. Billionaire Black is a rapper associated with the Flyboy Gang, aka FBG. He's also from a BD set called Welsh World. Then he mostly grew up around GDs, so he's considered an insane BD because he beefs with other BD sets. Creation with FBG Duck. In this song, Billionaire Black is taking shots at King Bond's homies for running away after he got shot. On November 6, 2020, King Bond and his homies went to the Monica Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia, where they ran into Quando Rondo and his crew. Quando and Bond was beefing over a situation with NBA Youngboy, who Quando was signed to. So, when they saw each other, it was on sight. Bond went up to Quando and punched him in the face. But Quando's homie Lil Tim pulled out his burner and started shooting. When this happened, all of Bond's homies ran, except Slutty and Muwa. And they were seen together often on social media when Bond was alive. Muwa was also one of the O-Block members who got arrested for killing FBG Duck. The video footage from outside the hookah lounge shows Muwa running up to Bond after he got shot, even though Lil Tim was still right in front of him with a gun. Slutty was another one of Bond's close homies. He was the brother of T-Roy, one of Bond's day ones. Slutty also got shot that night and lost his life. But in this bar, Billionaire Black is dissing the rest of Bond's homies for running away after he got shot instead of fighting. Many of them ran and hid in the doorway of the hookah lounge to avoid getting shot. But someone fired, hey, this little Tim got shot multiple times, now brought to the hospital before he was arrested for murder. If you thought that was wild, this next rapper talked about two brothers who got shit the same way 3 years ago. Lil Mark and Shondell, they got killed in the same way. Bus Stop brothers. Tay 600 and Nestot are two rappers from the 600 set of the Black Disciples. 600 beats with the STL EBT set of the GDs, and 051 Young Money set by the Mickey Cobras. In this bar, Take 600 is taking shot at two brothers who was killed while waiting for a bus 3 years apart. Shondell Gregory, aka Tuka, was a 15-year-old STL On January 12, 2011, Tuka was waiting at a bus stop when a car pulled up in front of him. A passenger hopped out and exchanged a few words with him before shooting him multiple times. Tuka was pronounced dead at the scene when police arrived. Tuka was a well-loved member of STL EBT. After his death, the gang took on the name Tukaville in his honor. Tuka's killers never got caught, but many think his death was payback for the murder of a BD named Edric Walker, who was rumored to be killed by the GDs. Tuka's death was a major event in the war between the BDs from 600 and No Block and the GDs from STL EBT. After that, BD members like Chief Keef started talking about smoking Tuka, which was added to the active war between the two gangs. A few months later, a high-ranking BD member named O.E. Perry got killed. Many believe he was killed by K.I., a female shooter from STL EBT who was close to Tuka. After that, the BDs in Parkway Gardens started going by the name O-Block to honor O.D., and the two gangs have been beefing ever since. Mark Campbell, aka Lil Mark, was Tuka's brother. He was from 051 Young Money Gang instead of the Mickey Cobras. On March 25, 2014, Lil Mark dropped a remix of Lil Durk's song, Competition, called No Competition, where he took shots at some dead 600 and OTF members. Even though 051 was heavy in the streets, at that time, the BDs had all the rappers. This was the first time a rapper from 051 Young Money went viral for a diss track aimed at the BDs, so it got a lot of attention in the city. But not all attention is good attention, especially in a city like Chicago. Just 3 days later, on March 28th, Lil Mark got killed while standing on the bus stop, just like his brother Tuka. Around 1:30 p.m., a van pulled up in the bus stop and started firing, shattering the glass. BD members later took pics and shot music videos near that same bus stop as a way to diss their ops, including Lil Durk. Some think this was the reason Durk's cousin, Newski, and his manager Chino got killed by one of 051's main shooters, 051 Melly. But rappers from 600 and O-Block have continued dissing Tuka and Lil Mark in songs, making them two of the most disrespected gang members in rap history. But the BDs ain't the only ones who diss they dead ops. His next rapper took shots at members from NL and J-Man, 300 dead ops. Kobe got his ass clapped, J-Money took a headshot. FYB J-Man is a rapper from Charles City. He's considered an insane BD and was cool with GDs like FBG Duck and beef with 600 and O-Block. In this bar, FYB J-Man takes shots at NLMB and 600 members. No Limit Muskegon Boys, aka NLMB, is a set made up of renegade GDs and Black Peace Stones. NLMB's most famous members are G Herbo and Lil Biggie. In this bar, FYB J-Man is taking shots at one of G Herbo's day one homies, Kobe. Jacoby Aaron, aka Kobe, was killed back in 2013 after leaving a party for Lil Biggie's brother's birthday. They was all posted on the block, shooting dice, when Kobe decided to leave. A few minutes after he left, they heard gunshots going down the block to find Kobe dead on the sidewalk outside the McDonald's. This Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh across the city that night. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay down, walking away from peace. Heading